Welcome to the Military Wallet. I'm joined today by Dane Gibson. He's an Army veteran, realtor, and property manager. Welcome to the show, Dane.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So you have some experience working with clients who use the VA loan. So
I do.
I'm going to ask a quick question about that. Military members, active duty, let's say, for example, I buy a house and then shortly afterward I get this short notice PCS assignment.
You signed up for that.
I did. What happens?
So you just bought a home and you're looking to live in it, so you're excited, and the military says, hey, you have to move. So what happens is, and I had clients that ran into that exact same scenario 2 or 3 years ago, and there's only two options. The two options are you sell it, get rid of it, or you keep it. And so let's talk about the keep it option for just a second. If you keep it, really the only thing you can do is put somebody else into it and rent it out. And so you can either have it be a short-term rental or a long-term rental, but your keep it option is to turn it into a rental property. And then in theory, that person or the renters are covering the mortgage for you. You're probably making a little bit of money on top of that, and your home is going up in value. So your appreciation, your mortgage is covered, somebody's buying the house for you. So it's a really good option. And then your only other option is to sell it. And so if you just purchase the home and you have to turn around and sell it, you're probably going to be a little bit underwater. You have the VA funding fee, you have to pay realtor commissions throughout that, sellers have their closing costs. So my personal advice, if you can, turn it into a rental property, and even then just wait 12 months. And if you then decide to sell it after those 12, then you can at that point. Selling it is obviously a very permanent thing. Renting it out, it gives you a little bit more flexibility.
Okay, yeah, so those are good to know, those two options. Obviously, if I'm going to turn around and sell a house, like you said, right away, even after 12 months, you might not recoup.
You might not.
Yeah, so you might
true.
still be facing a loss. So that's something the individual is going to have to do a little soul searching on. They have to figure out, do I have the budget to pay for this out of pocket? Because somebody's got to come up with that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if selling is just not financially viable, right? Really the only option is to keep it, and they may
Correct.
need to keep it beyond 12 months. So you mentioned two types of rentals.
Yes.
So you got a short-term rental or more of a long-term lease, whether that's a year lease or two-year lease, but a full-time rental. What are the options there, and how can somebody manage that? Because if they're PCSing, they're going to be far away. So
Yeah.
we'll need a property
somebody
manager.
else.
Can you talk a little bit about those options?
In my opinion, you need somebody else to manage it for you. So we can talk about the short-term rentals, and I like to think of that as more of like Airbnb. Everybody knows
Airbnb, Verbo, yeah.
VRBO, vacation rental by owner. Those are the two big options. And so from the little bit that I know about short, I only do long-term rental property management, 12 months or more. The short-term Airbnb, VRBO, I think typically come with a monthly or a management fee of 25%.
Okay.
So whatever's being collected there from the house, it's 25% of that. The long-term rental option typically comes with around 10% of the monthly rent. And so you do have to kind of do your Excel sheet and weigh what makes the most sense for you. The short-term rental is more wear and tear on the house. People are coming and people are going. The long-term rental is less wear and tear, less turnover. So you sort of just need a manager for both situations to kind of lay out for you which these are both of the options, which makes the most sense for you. But managing a home from out of state, the maintenance, the time differences, the coordination could be a nightmare. My recommendation is hire somebody.
Yeah, no, great advice. I know with short-term rentals, there come a lot of headaches too. So, for example, you have to furnish the house. So if selling is not an option, you might not have the funds to furnish a house completely.
And that's not cheap.
Have it ready? No, it's not. And then you have to manage it. And even if you outsource 100% where somebody else is doing the booking, you're probably giving up a larger slice of the pie.
Probably, yeah.
Most likely the longer term rental, the 12 months or more, is probably going to be the best option for most people.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's something, I think you should explore all of it. I think that's probably would be my professional opinion. You don't have to have it furnished. You don't have to worry about the furniture staying in good condition. There's a lot less to worry about, a lot less turnover, a lot less money you're paying a manager. I mean, a lot less is a long list. But yeah, explore all the options and check them all out.
Well, it sounds good. So let's say I'm that homeowner. I just got my PCS orders. I know I can't sell it. I'm going to lose 10 grand, maybe more. I just don't have that in my budget. The short-term rental sounds like a nightmare. I can't afford to furnish it. I don't want to deal with it. I want to be as hands-off as possible. How can I find a property manager? What am I looking for?
Well, that's a great question. And so if you have a local realtor, the person that helped you buy that house, I think that that person is usually a good local resource. They probably know a good property manager if they don't manage it themselves. And so start there. Start with your realtor and ask who they would recommend. If you don't have that option, if you bought without a realtor, then the only option is Google. I think is the internet at that point, and then use your discernment, look at reviews, try to find somebody and speak to people over the phone. And in my opinion, don't hire a manager to manage your rental property if they're not willing to come out to the property themselves. A lot of managers will give you a price estimate over the phone and never even look at the property, and I don't know how you can do that without seeing the home in person. How do you know what the condition is? Does it need upgrades? Is it dated? So don't hire someone if they will not come to the property, and then interview multiple people for the best personality fit, and find somebody that will communicate with you well. So communication, hands-on, etc.
Oh, I appreciate that. Well, if you sign up for the military, you understand that PCSing is part of the way of life. So when you buy that house, you have to understand that those orders could drop, even if you're not really in that PCS cycle. So it's something to keep your eyes on, something to be aware of. If those orders do hit, take some time to look at your options. Talk to your real estate agent. You may have to rent it out. If you do, interview a few property managers. Find somebody that you can work with. Find somebody that you can trust. So Dane, thanks so much for those tips. I hope it helps.
Yeah.
Hope it helps the community.
Thank you.